6.
A lot can happen in a minute. So just think how much can happen in 10 minutes. Get updated on your traffic and weather every 10 minutes on News Talk 1310 WIBA.
Talking Golf at TPC Wisconsin is on the air. 4. Talking Golf is brought to you by American Family Insurance, TPC Wisconsin, Oak Park Place, Wild Rock Golf Club, Zimbrick Mercedes-Benz of Madison. Also, University Ridge Golf Course, Ridge Top Exteriors, Cleary Building Corp., and Nevada Bobs. Now from the new home of TPC Wisconsin in Madison, here are the hosts of Talking Golf. Member of the Wisconsin.Golf Hall of Fame, the legendary Dennis Tiziani, longtime Madison sportscaster Paul Braun, and Wisconsin sports veteran and statewide radio host Mike Heller.
And we welcome you to TPC Wisconsin in Madison. I'm Mike Heller, Paul Braun on the desk here with me, and we surround Dennis Tiziani, who's in the middle. Scotty Scheffler won over the weekend. This week is the U.S. Senior Open. Bernhard Langer is the defending champion out there. They're playing out east in Connecticut, and Steve Stricker is there. He won't join us tonight, but we'll be paying attention throughout the week. I want to begin, Dennis, with a little bit on Scotty Scheffler. That was his 6th win this year. He's the first to do that before July 1 in a season since Arnold Palmer in 1962. It's been 62 years since that has happened. But I want to go back to a conversation we had earlier this year, and that is how you measure greatness, because greatness is measured in golf, in majors won, and a career. He's won 6 this year, and I would remind people that Nick Price won 6 tournaments in 1994. He did not have a long-lasting great career, but he, for a while, he was the best player on the planet, which is what Scotty Scheffler is today.
Yeah. Well, you know, my way, the size of the pro player today is judged by how much money he makes.
Correct.
And this guy's made, what do you say?
A lot.
$15 million or something already. Half the year, so he's headed for plus. You know, Ryder the Cup and all that.
Sure.
Well, this guy might make 40, 50 million this year. You know. Yeah. So, but he is really good. He drives it in the fairway, but his demeanor is the key. You know, you can tell. Did you see him with his little baby?
Yeah, after the race.
and his wife. Those are the indicators. You know. Yeah. What do you do when you don't play golf? Where do you take your mind and run and hide? And I watch him, and you listen to him. Doesn't slur his words, and he moves along, but looks like he's just operating normal.
The question that we will all have, and he'll play it out over time. He's writing a chapter right now. It's a chapter book, and this chapter is awfully good. But the test of golfers is what they do over the course of longevity. What's the biggest challenge that faces him to be playing at this level a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now?
Just that he doesn't get caught up in the money part.
Yeah.
It's that kills them. I can tell you all kinds of guys that you know, I won't mention their names, but they get to a certain point, they're 28 to 35 years old, billions of dollars. I mean,
not hungry anymore.
No, they're not there, and they don't work at it. But then again, some of the guys I'm talking about went and got families.
Sure.
So I give them a lot of credit. Family came first. You know, faith, family, education, then golf. So golf was important, but hey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they've got something else to call on. And I just spent some time with Dan McCarthy. Dan plays on that Korn Ferry Tour.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's been with me for a long time. And, you know, we had lunch together. So we talked about something other than golf after we got done. And keep in mind, this guy, after the first year and a half or so he was with me, he qualified for the Canadian Open. He won 4 tournaments in a row on the Canadian Tour, took a week off, won the 5th, became Player of the Year in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Then he goes and plays on the Korn Ferry Tour, and he wins there, and he wins in a playoff. And who did he beat?
The guy that we're talking about.
Right, Scheffler. He beat Scheffler. But now you take a look when the whole conversation centered around his kid now, little baby girl that's 2 years old. You know, so now for me,
priority.
Big smile. Yeah.
You know what? And you were talking about the 12 wins. All those 12 have come since 2022.
Yeah.
Which is pretty incredible. What I'm interested in, you said it a long time ago when we used to do the show. You looked at Gordon Spieth, for an example. and you said his swing is not going to hold up.
No, it doesn't.
How would you describe Scotty Scheffler's swing? And do you think it'll hold up over the long period?
You play forever for what he's doing. He's in all kinds of good positions. These other guys are beating on it. Whenever you hit the ground in a submissive position, whether it be this way or your wrist, it's going to get you. He doesn't do it. In fact, when you take a look at his footwork that he does, looks funny, but when you look at how he's doing that, pulling with the inside of his leg, you don't see him flopping over. I mean, he's going to be around for a long time. But the other thing is, he can putt.
Yeah. And when he does putt, he wins. I mean, and, that's obviously that's the game. But when he putts, he wins.
Right. But you watch in that tight situation I just saw in the playoff hole, he laid up, hit it 6 feet.
Yeah.
The other guy bombed it, hit it in the sand trap.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then he lagged it up there to win the tournament.
Were you guys bothered by the smoke bombs at that tournament?
Well, I think everybody was.
It's not right. But, if we don't do something pretty soon, we aren't going to get into that because you've heard me talk about this before. I mean, at some point in time, this country is a business.
Yeah.
We cannot spend more money than we make. And that's what we do. We're headed in a tank. That's where we are.
I have two other questions on the tournament and golf where it sits this weekend.
Cut me off.
Yeah, well, Tom Kim yesterday, he is a slow player. This goes back to tournament-level pace of play. Dennis, what do you do? How do you measure it? How do you handle it? How do you keep it from being too elongated? He's a slow player.
Just invoke the rule. 30 seconds, and you better hit the ball.
Yeah. Well, he's not close to that, right? I mean, there are times when he's 90 seconds.
If you don't stick with it, we won't let you in the tournament again. When is somebody going to make up the rules?
That's my question. Yeah.
When are they going to enforce it? You got to run the show.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, this business of the fingers and this and that. What are you doing?
Yeah. And he's very slow once he's over the ball on full shots. Like Sergio used to have the countless waggles. Right, Kim is just slow over the ball, but it's almost like it's a still picture. Like you go watch him, you go, did the video freeze? Because he stands still over the ball forever.
You think Nicklaus is a good putter?
Yeah.
Oh, do you ever see him?
No, he didn't. No, he did not do all of the measurements.
Come on.
Yeah.
They're going way out of whack with this stuff. And, I'm a big believer in the business of what's going on, this AI, what they've got going, because I think it's really good. We're measuring people all the time. It's very easy because the ball you're using might not be the best ball for you on your medal.
Yeah.
Because their spin rate is different. Everybody thinks Titleist Pro V1. Well, that's a good ball, but wait a while. I'll show you another ball that spins a little bit better and a little bit different. We had to do this with Mario.
Sure.
He's hitting a ball and he has to hit it in the rough behind a green in order to spin it back on the green. We have to reduce that spin.
What do you do not only on the professional level, but if you're playing with somebody that is slow? What advice would you give somebody?
You want Dennis's advice on this?
That's really bothering. For example, if I'm playing with a really slow guy, what should you do?
Well, I'd ask him first, can you speed it up? Right?
You would?
Oh, I'd ask him that. If he doesn't, finish the hole, go to the next hole, and take off without him. Leave him there. Well, I don't know any other way.
Well, that's right.
Just take off. Get in your cart and go down and go to the next hole and have him catch up.
One equipment question, Dennis, and this is your opinion and then maybe where it comes into play for some players, and that is the long putter. Now, they used to have the long putter anchored. They took away the anchoring. But the long putter is still there.
They're still cheating.
Does it work are there people that should go to long putter, or are you fully against the concept?
Well, I think anything that you get that you can get in the hole, you should use that because putting is a will. I mean, you have to have the will to do it. And if that's something that he works with, is fine. But if you had the proper fundamentals, that long putter doesn't get it. But you can't tell that to, what's his name? Bernhard.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, you take a look at that, and
you think it's still anchoring?
Well, these people are
anchoring.
It isn't. It's not. It's not the right thing. But like I said, it's a will, and some people, they don't know the fundamentals.
Yeah.
I look at some of these guys that are putting out there. terrible from a
Sure.
fundamental standpoint. The blade isn't square to the ball. We had this discussion, Steve and I, he was putting, and I said, do you believe that you can't have an opinion on a fact? Well, yeah. I said, good. Do you believe that the longer you can keep the putter square to the line towards the ball, the more accurate you'll be? Well, yeah. Do you believe that the shoulders make the plane?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Wouldn't you want your plane to be the same as your line? So when I see you putt, and then I look at the end of your backswing, and your putter's pointed over here, oh, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So what's your problem? You're missing 8-foot putts, aren't you? And you miss them to the right. Well, yeah. I said, well, you see, if it's open and then you close it, you can't control the speed. It's gone. But so 8 feet, you're trying, the blade is open. You're going to miss it to the right. Fast forward a week or so, then he calls, I hit on something. You did, yeah. Yeah, he said, but we talked about this 20 years ago. I said, a circle is round and a line is straight. And, if you're going to make that plane I talked about, wouldn't you want your shoulders to work on the same plane you're putting on? So get your toes on the line parallel to the line you're putting on. Toes will line up your knees. Toes will line up your hips. Toes will line up your shoulders. Now, make your shoulders go like that. You're going to hit it so. No, well, the putter's going to do what? Well, the heel to the right, the putter has to stay square. Go put your putter on the edge of in your living room, on the edge of the
wall,
base, on the baseboard. Okay, now putt it. Well, why is the putter has to stay square to that? Well, it feels like it goes like this. Well, move a little bit closer. The closer you get, the more the heel will go back. The further you get away, the more the toe will go back.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of spot, and you'll find out. But those are fundamentals again. That
I have one more element to it before I want to talk about some rain here as well.
Well, you guys got me going on this stuff.
I know, right? So I got one more element to it. One of the times last year when you caught me on the putting green and gave me once you got my left hand in the right position, you didn't care if I went claw or anything. You said, I don't care about your right. I mean, do what you need to on your right hand. Don't worry about it. If you're going there, that's fine. So you're less right hand worried, or for Paul, left hand worried about where it is on the putter.
Left sets it up.
Right.
Right, you feed it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, when you do that putter, you have to get it so that it's in your lifeline.
Yeah.
Because it's got to line up with your forearm.
Yeah.
So when you put it down, and I put it down, that shaft is right in line with. But wait a while! If I put it up here, if this was a regular club, and I did that, it'd be open and laid off. Oh, well, then we have to turn this hand over a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
Right. And then to get it right, all we do is pull it straight. And when it goes straight, the blade better be straight. Okay, now what you do is practice rolling the ball. Mm-hmm. Put the ball behind the putter and only move the putter forward.
Right.
And if it leaves in the, when you roll it, it'll leave off the toe because it's moving.
So you're not hitting the ball, you're rolling it off the putter, pushing it off the putter blade without taking a backswing.
But the blade is leading.
Right, yep.
That's feeding it. That's where you get the feel. So there's a lot to it. I mean, to get it, it's not hard to do. But once they get it, and we just did it with Danny. He's hitting the ball. Why is that putter? You're hitting it, and it's leaving the heel.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? So it's going to go left.
Yeah.
Well, then all of a sudden they go and they start pushing the ball over here to make it go straight. Oh yeah. Well, in a tight situation, what do you think is going to happen?
Sure.
Dennis, I want to switch subjects here a little bit. I've been around here an awful long time. Been a member probably 45 years or so. There's a lot of years where people kind of chuckled about Cherokee, calling it a marsh. The balls got plugged, they got lost, and those kind of things. Mm-hmm. Since this place has been remodeled, it is unbelievable the difference in the condition of this golf course. For an example, Sunday, after all of that rain, people were playing golf here and not even 90 degree on the fairway. Today, they had the Audi Cup here, played in that. The golf course is dry. There are other courses in the area
that won't open.
They're not even open. I don't think people really appreciate or understand that old reputation of this being a marsh and all of that. It's gone. It's gone.
That's true. But we were there. I think there was a lot of resentment as to Cherokee becoming a club to begin with. And the resentment came from a lot of the other private situations over here. So we were a target. Then we went ahead and we spent a bunch of money. We raised the fairways 2 feet. Worked great until the city raised the lake 2 feet.
Yeah.
Trouble. So that's where this led to. We have to have a redo. So now we raised the fairways 4 to 6 feet, right? Mm-hmm. There's a sand top dressing about a foot or foot and a half on the whole course. It's all sand on top of it now. So now it's firm, and all those drainages that go, they all go into the lake here. They don't run out someplace. They run to one place. You know, nothing that $20 million couldn't take care of.
Well, yeah. Gary D'Amato is waiting in the wings, and we'll visit with Gary D'Amato of Wisconsin.Golf. He will join us on the other side as we continue talking golf from TPC Wisconsin.
Your golf game need a pick-me-up? It's one-stop shopping only at Nevada Bob. Joel and his crew can equip you, dress you, teach you, and here's the best part. New or used, clubs, shoes, bags, carts, apparel, balls, you name it, and they got it. Isn't that right, Joel?
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
TPC Wisconsin offers fantastic facilities for the whole family. They not only provide members with 18 holes of an elite golfing caliber challenge, but an Olympic-sized swimming pool, spacious accommodations for family gatherings, weddings, corporate business meetings, and a variety of programs for the junior golfers. Question is, are you up for the TPC Wisconsin fantastic facilities? Now's the time to tee up a TPC membership. Call 608-249-1000.
Hi, I'm Sean Cleary. When you construct a Cleary building, you become part of the amazing Cleary team we are so proud of. One thing to be aware of is when it's golf season, our team has a tendency to switch to golf lingo on the job site.
Jim, you better take a mulligan on that.
Rest assured you are still getting the best quality, the best. Hey, is that crane getting close to?
More!
Go for the green with a new Cleary building, like the one at TPC Wisconsin.
Now is the time to take the short drive to Wild Rock Golf Club and experience championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Located in the Wisconsin Dells, this Herdston Fry masterpiece offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes with greens that roll fast and true. Cut from the natural beauty of the Dells, Wild Rock is sure to dazzle your senses. Secluded and sheltered from the outside world, Wild Rock is unlike any place you've played before. Come be part of the Wild Rock experience by booking your tee time online today at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Are you in need of expert exterior renovations? Look no further than Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 22 years, we've been the trusted name in roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutter replacements. With a track record of excellence on our Google reviews, we take pride in transforming houses into dream homes. Visit us today at ridgetopexteriors.com for a free consultation. That's ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, your trusted local affordable partners.
Your golf game need a pick-me-up? It's one-stop shopping only at Nevada Bob. Joel and his crew can equip you, dress you, teach you, and here's the best part. New or used, clubs, shoes, bags, carts, apparel, balls, you name it, and they got it. Isn't that right, Joel?
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
Continue on talking golf at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. Mike Heller, Dennis Tiziani, Paul Brown with you, and we roll on. We're going to take it up to Sand Valley. Gary D'Amato, with Wisconsin.Golf and president of National Golf Writers Association of America, playing a brand new course that opened. And boy,
what a tough
that
job.
Life, huh? Wasn't he playing here last Monday or 2 Mondays ago? So tell me about the new experience you've had today.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you guys have been up to Sand Valley, but it's phenomenal. 5 courses now, and up near Wisconsin Rapids and the sand dunes up here. And Sedge Valley is the newest course. It's a Tom Doak. It's par 68, 5,800 yards from the tips. And you think, oh, sounds like a pushover, right? There's only one par 5. There's some couple short par 4s and 4 or 5 par 3s, but then there's like 5 or 6 par 4s that are like 430 to 460. So par 5s for me.
Sure.
It's a beautiful spot though. I mean, the Kaiser brothers, those young guys, Mike Kaiser's sons, just done a phenomenal job up here, and property values have all gone up like crazy around here. Sitting at a place called the Lure right now on Lake Petenwell, and one of the locals was telling us, my property value went up, but so did my tax.
Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah, it is. It's amazing how much they have done, and in a relatively short period of time, where they turned something that nobody saw as a destination into a not just a Wisconsin golf destination, but one of the nation's destinations. If people are going to play golf, you come to Wisconsin to play golf. That's one of the places you're going to go. But there certainly are a lot now.
Oh, there's a lot, but the parking lot, when we drove in, it's a huge parking lot up at Sand Valley at the original course, and there must have been 600 cars in the parking lot. And, rounds of golf, $300, $350, a caddy, $100, stay overnight, $300, a meal, $100.
Wow, how can you afford all that, Gary? I mean, huh?
Well, I get a price break. Let's put it that way. You would have to point that out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well.
Yeah. But it's an amazing complex up here. I was up here when they first discovered the land, Craig Haltom, and I just came up here with him, and it was nothing but pine trees planted in rows for the paper mills, like the corn crop. And I just said, how can there be golf up here? Well, little did I know. It's really phenomenal what they've done up here.
Let's switch gears a little bit and go back to Gary. Gary, the lifetime exemption for Tiger Woods. Agree? Not agree?
Oh, I agree. You mean for the elevated events, the signature events?
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I mean, the guy has done so much for golf for the last 20 years. 15 major championships, 82 wins, made everybody richer in the sport. I don't see how anyone could quibble with giving him an exemption for those signature events. He's not going to play in many of them, if any of them, He might play in one of them a year if we're lucky to see him. So, no, I don't think that's a big deal, and I'm all for it.
Do you see the frown on Dennis's face when he said nobody should be against it?
Well, I think that he deserves
Dennis is against it?
Well, it's not that I'm against it, but what are they doing it for?
Television, money.
It's for money.
Dollars.
Don't you get it? It has nothing to do with
him.
And, and I don't blame the people who are doing it. They're using that resource of him to do it, but it's time you let him alone. He can barely walk around.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that we'll let him in there. So here's what we'll do. Mr. Car Dealer, it costs you, $3 million for the advertising.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't make the cut, of course, then we'll lower it down to $1.5 million.
Right, for the weekend.
Well, I mean, come on.
Right.
And I get it. It's a business thing. But, he's good. He did good. Let it go. There's some players out there that are really good.
Sure.
But it's a money game. It's a money game.
Yeah, they're trying to. It's television ratings, and ratings equal dollars.
Get him out there walking around, and
But you know what? We're going to be lucky to see him in the 4 majors every year. I don't think he's going to play, 6 or 7 of those events every year. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's only one place we want him to play.
That's right.
And that's
1926. 1926, TPC, Wisconsin. That's where we want him to play.
Can you imagine what this place would be like if he's here for the AmFam tournament?
You don't think he's going to be here? What do you mean if?
No, he's going to come. He'll come here. We told him we'd take him up here. We'll do a little hunting,
Yeah.
We'll put him in a tree, and that's sort of. He says, "You're what? You think I'm going to go in the tree? You can imagine the verbiage that he gave us for that."
At the risk of getting Dennis fired up, I want to tell you, Gary, I did something on Saturday I haven't done since it began. I watched an hour of the Live tournament from Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
I watched it. There was nothing else on because Travelers was in a rain delay, and the Brewers weren't started yet. So I was, and the weather wasn't great. So I watched it, and I will simply say this: there was nothing there that made me want to stay there. I'm not like Dennis. I didn't mind the music. I know, Dennis, you don't want the music. The music didn't bother me. The shorts didn't bother me. There was nothing enticing for me to want to stay. I don't know what your experience has been, if you've spent time watching it, but I don't know, Gary, if you felt like I did. There was nothing there to bring me back.
Well, this is embarrassing for a golf writer to say, but I haven't seen 1 minute
Okay.
of Liv. And it's not because I hate it or don't want to watch it. It's just that I've had other things to do. There's been other things on when Liv was on. It's on the CW channel. It's hard to, I just haven't seen any of it. But I have heard from people who went to the Chicago event, golf professionals who went there thinking they were going to hate it, and they came away saying, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty entertaining.
Let me just add,
I don't see it, though.
Let me add this, Gary. I think I might enjoy it if I was there. Maybe as a spectator event on a rare occasion, but to me, like, there was nothing. I asked this question earlier this year of you, Dennis. Is there anything you would bring that the Liv has if there's a merger down the road that you would bring to the tour? And in watching it, I think there might be some events where they bring some elements in, but there was nothing there that made me want to stay with it.
Though over the weekend, I don't know if you saw the story or not, Jon Rahm was furious.
Well, there was a drone.
He's really upset
there was
flying drones.
There was a drone hovering above him as he was hitting a tee shot.
Yeah.
That one of the sayings of Live Golf is golf only louder, right?
Yeah.
Music and people. But the drone was what bothered him. But I'll tell you what bothers Jon Rahm is he's not playing golf at a level that he has been accustomed to playing, and that's what's got him really angry, don't you think, Gary?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got that problem with his foot right now, with that infection or whatever he had between his toes. I think, he couldn't play in the U.S. Open because of it. But, yeah, he hasn't played well since he went over to Live. I mean, he played well for a little bit after that. He played okay. But, for months now, he has not played very well. I don't know if it's the competition, the format, the 54 holes, the money in his pocket. I'm not sure what the reason is, but he has not played like the Jon Rahm we saw a couple years ago.
The U.S. Senior Open, Gary, comes up this week. Mario's out there. Steve is out there. Bernhard Langer is the defending champ. A year ago, this was at Century World in Stevens Point. It's another significant major on the Champions Tour and something to look forward to with an old-style country club.
Yeah, Newport Country Club, great history. Hosted tournaments, USGA stuff way back when the USGA just formed, and an old-style classic golf course. I don't know if Steve's ever been out there and played it, but I would think that it would be his kind of golf course, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens out there.
Last weekend, Mario was 6 under, Dennis. How do you feel about the status of where Mario's at, and what will it take for him?
Well, we went over this. Obviously, he's getting close now to competing to win, rather than I'm just so happy to get in a tournament. And you go through that process. I'm happy to get in a tournament, 35, 40. Top 20. Now he was right up there within, at one point he was one shot out of the lead.
Yeah, he was on the leader page.
Now as I talk with him about it, that's a good thing. All good players have short memories, right? It's next week that counts, and that's where he's off and running. For next week. But why did you guys go over me so fast on that Live Tour?
Well, because I knew where we were going, and I wanted to protect Dave McCann, our engineer, from anything that he might have to take care of.
When Gary
all those guys there that are playing there forgot where they got so they could get where they're got.
Yeah.
They've got no loyalty. I have no use for them personally. Maybe as individuals, but as golf, that sucks. That place is going. I'm going to tell you another thing. I've learned a long time ago that who's ever got the money makes the rules.
Yeah.
And that group has the money. And here we are. They come in here and they buy our land. They buy the tour. They buy this. They buy that. This is BS, really. And these guys fell for it. You mean to tell me that really made a difference in your life, that you'd have another $200 million? What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. I'd like to try.
I know. I get it. Well, I'm worried about this.
Can I ask Dennis a question?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my question for Dennis. Steve Stricker, 2008, 9, 10.
Yeah.
He's on top of the world. He's winning tournaments again. He's found his game again. He's playing great. He's ranked second in the world behind Tiger Woods. Live offers him $100 million. What does he say?
Well, they didn't offer it to him, but I'll guarantee you he wasn't going to give up and not be a loyal person here. And if he ever went,
that's fair.
If he ever went, he's still got to come up this driveway. He's still got to come up the driveway. He's going to run into his old man. It's BS, you know. But it does bother me a little bit about that Corey. Corey, not what's his name? Rory.
Yeah.
That I heard that business of $800 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you know my story. I told you about it already. He won the tournament. He gets a divorce.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about that? Well, think about it. He was offered $800 million. How about if I get a divorce and I settle before I take the $800 million? And then when I marry this other chick that I'm running with, then I'll get a prenuptial, so she won't get any of that. So I'll have that being gone to Abigail, and I have the whole $800 million myself.
Mike, should we take a break?
We should. Yeah. And Dennis was wondering why I bypassed him on the live conversation. Let's try to keep our FCC license and anybody getting in trouble. Gary, it's great to hear your voice. Thanks for spending time with us. We'll talk again next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Gary.
it.
We'll be back after this timeout. This is TPC Wisconsin.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
University Ridge has been the proud host of the American Family Insurance Championship since 2016. We've enjoyed working with the American Family team to create 9 years of magical moments at University Ridge. Open to the public and consistently considered one of the best values in the country, University Ridge is the place for golf in southern Wisconsin. Book your tee time up to 90 days out online at universityridge.com. Play where the Badgers and the pros play, University Ridge.
When you or a loved one could use a helping hand, turn to the caring team of experts in senior living at Oak Park Place. This is Paul Braun, and when I needed someone to help me navigate senior living for my wife, I called Oak Park Place. They were with me every step of the way from the first call through move-in day. Choose a community that promotes independence when you want it, assistance when you need it. Oak Park Place Senior Living. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more.
Why drive an ordinary car when for the same monthly payment you could be driving something extraordinary? Aaron Perkins, General Manager, Zimbrick European. Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche. More safety, performance, and luxury, and way more fun. And getting more costs less than you think. Zimbrick European makes leasing affordable. Discover the value for yourself. Stop in and test drive a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche today. Visit Zimbrick European and find out why leasing the car of your dreams makes so much sense.
TPC Wisconsin offers fantastic facilities for the whole family. They not only provide members with 18 holes of an elite golfing caliber challenge, but an Olympic-sized swimming pool, spacious accommodations for family gatherings, weddings, corporate business meetings, and a variety of programs for the junior golfers. Question is, are you up for the TPC Wisconsin fantastic facilities? Now's the time to tee up a TPC membership. Call 608-249-1000.
Relationships.
Building them.
Making them last a lifetime.
Since 1978, Cleary has worked to develop true relationships with you, our customers. Hi, I'm Sean Cleary, president of Cleary Building Corp. Relationships are what drive our success. So whether you are looking at storage for your toys or a new ag building, we hope to exceed your expectations each time we serve you. We are here for every stage of your life. Build your dreams today at clearybuilding.com.
Program. Now it's going to be about what to practice because you use technology. TrackMan, you can do it on the putting green as well and on all of the statistics to figure out what a player is doing. Now the deal is, how do you take it from the practice tee to the golf course, and how do those two correlate? So let's talk about game plans.
Perfect. Glad you brought that up. Here at TPC Wisconsin, we have our own game plan booklet where on the front of it says make preparation your separation. And going through this booklet, it's about the game of golf, but there's much more than just swinging the club and hitting the golf ball. My mentor, Mr. Tiziani, and working with him, one of the things we got to figure out is kind of our life priorities. And we here at TPC Wisconsin, again, we look at faith, family, education, career, health, and then kind of golf is down at the end of that list. So we're making sure all of our students are on that same page as well. And then after going through and writing down some of their goals that they want to accomplish and getting out to play a little bit on the golf course, we have different report cards that we have our students fill out. We want them to go through and play the 9 or before they actually hit the golf course and write down thinking, I hope I hit the fairway, I hope I don't lose my ball. I have a plan in place.
Boy, that is...
are on the golf course. So the only way you're going to be able to determine that is you need to keep track. How many fairways are you hitting in a round? And based on whatever your goal score is, what does that average person hit for fairways? If I take a person that shoots 72, we have a chart in here, they're going to typically hit 10 out of 14 fairways.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they're hitting 12, then that's not their weakness. Then we look at what is your greens in regulation. And if I want to shoot even par, typically I'm going to hit 12 out of 18 greens. Mm-hmm. So if I'm below that number, why am I missing the green? Is it club selection? Is it contact? Is it direction? So I can really pinpoint the problem. Again, now if I'm hitting 12 out of 18 greens, that means I'm missing 6 greens.
Yeah.
Out of the 6 greens to shoot even par, you need to get up and down 4 out of the 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you need to average about 30 putts. So I can go through and base my baseline numbers on what my target score is and see where my weak areas are. And then I can take that right to the practice facility and spend time working on the part of my game that's causing me not to hit the numbers.
You know, it's really interesting because in all of our sports now we talk about analytics. Well, you've simplified it and said it's your game plan book, but it really is about analytics. It's about your own self-study. Where are you losing strokes? Where are you gaining strokes? What's the weakness? What's the strength? How do we play to the strength? How do we compensate for the weakness? Those are all elements of analytics. And all that analytics is keeping track of what it is you do when you play.
Correct. It's having a game plan. I'll use the analogy of a football team. The coach goes there with a game plan. They may have to pivot that day based on what's happening,
right,
but they do have a plan in place. And your golf game has to be the same way. If I can have a system in place where when I arrive on the first tee and I ask myself the certain questions that I need to know. How far is the hole? What is the wind doing? Where is the trouble? Enough questions I can ask myself that I can visualize the shot I want to hit. After I have that, I prepare, I get up, I execute, and then I evaluate it. But if I'm over the tee shot thinking, don't hit this in the hazard,
yeah,
just get it somewhere in play, typically it doesn't work out. You're too mechanical and you lose that athleticism.
All right, so this is one of those where I'm going to cross sport metaphor. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So golf will punch you in the face. So you got the plan on the first tee. I'm going to hit a fade. I want to play the left side. I'm going to hit 3-wood. I'm not hitting driver. All those good plan. And then you get double cross and you play it to the left and you snap hook it, and now you got punched in the face. So there's a psychology involved too. How do you work through those elements?
Yes, great question. And again, like I've heard this from basketball coaches, the most important shot is always the next shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to learn to forget that previous shot if it wasn't good. But however, I need to prepare maybe a little differently on this next shot and maybe have a different mental thought over the golf ball.
Yeah.
So a good thing to do when you're practicing on the practice range is a good spot where if you're missing the golf ball, it's a great learning opportunity. Because what you're trying to figure out is what can I do differently if I'm snap hooking the ball? What can I prepare? Maybe it's something in my hands and club face, and maybe it's a totally different mental thought where I'm going to think, hit a fade.
Yeah.
So you have to go through what are all your misses? How do you get out of that then? What's the preparation and what's the mental thought to go into the next shot?
And so much of that is, when we talk about a plan, sometimes it's where you set up on the tee box to play the shot you're going to hit. Sometimes it's before you leave the golf cart or leave your golf bag. What club did you take with you to hit this shot? And all of that's a part of the preparation. And that's part of the whole, what to practice, how to practice, when to practice, and how you take it to the golf course.
Correct. Again, going through how to practice. You go to a golf range and you watch people hit balls. The stats show after the 7th ball, people are done learning. They're just incorporating and improving their bad habits, or they get way too many things going on, so they're not learning anything. So to have a plan when I go to the range, typically it's 3 phases. Phase 1 is your warm-up phase. A lot of wedges, maybe 25 to 30 balls. Your objectives there are get loose, make good contact, and get a good tempo. Phase 2 is 20 golf balls. This is your mechanical or technical phase. This is where I have an objective, and I'm going to go work on that one thing. Maybe it's the takeaway. Maybe it's my finish. Maybe it's my impact position. I have one thing. I'm not multitasking. I'm just going to work on that. And usually you do 4 sets of 5-ball reps, because 5 balls you can hold your focus. It shows after 7 you're done. So I hit 5 balls, I take a break. If the set went really well, I take a longer club on the next set. If the set went really poor, I take a shorter club. So I could hit 4 different clubs in this technical phase.
Yeah.
And then phase 3 is your skill phase. This is the phase I want to take to the golf course. This is where I'm working on my process. So I play a game. It might be I'm going to play 9 holes on the range, and I'm going to hit 9 different shots, but I'm going to go through my routine. I'm going to go through my mental thought. I'm going to go through my practice swing, what I'm trying to feel before I hit the ball. And then I'm going to score it. And I might say if I'm playing 9 holes, I can't leave until I shoot even par.
Right.
So I got to start over. I want to try to apply some pressure on the range that I feel on the golf course.
Yeah. And that's picking out spots, and sometimes it's also hitting from, depending on the range you're hitting from or the practice area, it's hitting balls that aren't always on a clean lie, because it doesn't happen out there either. I'm going to bring it back to how I always want to finish. TPC Wisconsin is a private club, but the lesson program is not private. So for anybody interested in starting the game, improving the game, making your game great, you can help.
We can help. We can help players of all skill levels. Easiest way to find us is right through our website, tpcwisconsin.com. Click on the Golf Academy page. We have an inquiry form you can fill out. One of our coaches will contact you within 24 hours.
Always good stuff. Back with more in a moment, talking golf. TPC Wisconsin in Madison.
Your golf game need a pick-me-up? It's one-stop shopping only at Nevada Bob. Joel and his crew can equip you, dress you, teach you, and here's the best part. New or used, clubs, shoes, bags, carts, apparel, balls, you name it, and they got it. Isn't that right, Joel?
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Now is the time to take the short drive to Wild Rock Golf Club and experience championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Located in the Wisconsin Dells, this Herdston Fry masterpiece offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes with greens that roll fast and true. Cut from the natural beauty of the Dells, Wild Rock is sure to dazzle your senses. Secluded and sheltered from the outside world, Wild Rock is unlike any place you played before. Come be part of the Wild Rock experience by booking your tee time online today at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Hi, it's Matt LePay, and if you're a homeowner, this message is for you. If you're tired of worrying about your roof, siding, or gutters, look no further than Ridgetop Exteriors. With over 22 years of experience, they've got you covered, literally. From roofing to siding, windows to doors, and everything in between, trust Ridgetop Exteriors to enhance your home's curb appeal and protect it from the elements. Call them today for a free consultation and experience the peace of mind that comes with quality craftsmanship. Get started at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Are you in need of some rehabilitation to get you back on your feet after a fall or surgery? This is Paul Braun with Oak Park Place. Make a call to Oak Park Place Rehabilitation to develop a customized plan with their highly trained therapy staff. Whether it's inpatient or out, they will work with your physician to get you back on your feet fast. Located on the east and west side of Madison and in Janesville, Oak Park Place Senior Living. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more. TPC Wisconsin is the Total People Center, offering you and your family a totally enjoyable experience. That includes a challenging 18-hole layout, a good variety of programs for junior golfers, indoor and outdoor tennis, athletic performance center, swimming pool, luxurious locker room, and spacious accommodations for family gatherings and weddings. TPC Wisconsin, a Total People Center and a complete game for the whole family. For membership details, call 608-249-1000.
Your golf game need a pick-me-up? It's one-stop shopping only at Nevada Bob. Joel and his crew can equip you, dress you, teach you, and here's the best part. New or used, clubs, shoes, bags, carts, apparel, balls, you name it, and they got it. Isn't that right, Joel?
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
We're back on TPC Wisconsin and Wisconsin WIBA, WTSO in Madison, WOKY in Milwaukee. And joining us now is Bobbi Stricker. Bobbi, before we talk about where you're playing this week, I'm just curious because I think you've played it a number of times now. Has playing TPC improved your game?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's really helped with my driving game. You have to be really accurate off the tee. Definitely have to hit your lines and your spots because you're losing golf balls if you're not. So, and then also around the greens, yeah, chipping around TPC Wisconsin compared to Cherokee is night and day. You can get some really challenging chips. So, yeah, to work on different kind of chip shots has also been great also.
Bobbi, last week in the event you were playing in Illinois, you got off to a very good start.
Yes.
Walk us through your tournament last week and where you how that stacked up for you.
Yeah. Last week played in a WAPT event. Yeah, I played really nice the first day. It was blowing like 35 miles an hour and shot 1 under. Played really, really nice. And second day, a lot easier of a day. Did not play as well. Shot 5 over, but it was a 3-day tournament. The last day I shot even and ended up getting 26th or 28th, something like that. Made the cut. There was a cut after day 2. Made that cut. And yeah, made a check, which was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely, that first day was really encouraging for my golf game. It was really, really hard. And when it's windy like that, it's a really big test of your ball striking because obviously it's blowing. So you got crosswinds, you just have to be on with what you're doing, how you're turning the ball, flighting the ball, just you have to have your your ball striking just has to be good. So it was cool to see that. And yeah, I'm waiting to put 3 to 4 good rounds together in a row. But it's coming, and it was an encouraging week.
Good.
Bobbi, what part of the remaining, what's the remaining season for you in with the new Annika Sorenstam Tour? How much have you got left, and where are you now again?
Yeah, so the tour has, I think, 5 events left for the summer, and they all, I think, 4 of them are before Q School, which Q School is at the end of August, and then there's 1 more after Q School. I am not playing in all of them. I actually was supposed to play this week on the WAPT and decided to come and support my dad in the U.S. Senior Open. He's playing. We just got here today. We're in Newport, Rhode Island. So decided to come and watch him, and I've talked about it with you guys before. Yes, I'm not playing, but I still get there's a lot of benefits to doing what I'm doing this week too. Just kind of a reset. I've decided kind of in the last couple of days, kind of really start to focus on that Q School. That's a ginormous and really important week for me. And like I said, that's the end of August. So kind of switch my focus to that and maybe not so much on this. I mean, I'm going to play a few more of these WAPTs, but really just be sharp and prepared for that week out in California in August.
And this is a great family week. You had Izzy's graduation celebration over the weekend on Sunday, and then together, I would imagine, as a family in Rhode Island this week. Mario's there. I mean, this is a good week, right?
Yeah, it's good. We just got dinner. Really cool place. It's like a beachy, old school East Coast town, Newport.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we just finished dinner. Me, my mom, my dad, and Mario. And now we're going to walk around. There's a bunch of shops, ice cream. And Izzy's here also. She's got friends that have family here, so she's with them now. But, yeah, it'll be a great week. And we got to see the course today. It looks like a challenge for them, so it'll be really fun to watch.
You left Grandpa here all alone.
I know.
Who's taking care of him? I'll check on him. Make sure he's all right.
Yeah, you might have to.
Well, this week will be fun, and you're not caddying, right? Your mom's carrying the bag this week?
Yep. The all-star caddy, Nikki Stricker. She's on the bag.
Perfect.
She is the best at the job.
Yeah.
So, no, not caddying, spectator, and a cheerleader this week. So.
Well, you enjoy the week, and all the best to the family and your dad and Mario this week. Best of luck, and we'll look forward to the next time we get to visit Bobbi. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bobbi Stricker. Probably checked off Rhode Island from the states you've been to, too.
But you hear what she said.
Yeah.
I made the cut.
Yes.
What is that?
Well, that's a grandpa
Well,
conversation.
you asked me about Mario the same way because he was there. But now, wait, the cut doesn't count anymore.
Yeah.
Top 10?
Sure. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And you start, so it's the move up.
Yeah.
But right away, I don't think she's missed any cuts, though. But what's the cut? What is that? I mean, if you had to live on the money you're making, you'd starve, So anyway, I like the fact that she has that, but that's her, I mean, she's just such a good kid. But I'll tell you what, she's surprisingly good because I watch her when she hits balls, and I'll sit in a cart. I don't want to say anything because, it's Dad first and Grandpa second, So when Dad leaves, then I get the phone call. Grandpa, how about when you hit a few balls? I said, okay, we'll do that. But it's really good. She's very much improved on what's going on.
Yeah.
Because now she was a good hitter, but now she plays golf. There's two different things.
Sure. Yeah.
When's Izzy's schedule start with the UW?
Well, I don't know, in August.
Somewhere
when they go back to school, and I like what she's doing. She's really taking time off. She practices every day. She still works out and stuff. But, she played here. She was out there. She played. And I said, how'd you do? Oh, Grandpa, I was too over, I mean,
not happy.
Not happy.
Not
It was
happy.
too over,
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
like
stuff.
that. So she'll be good here. They'll be good. I'm really excited about something with that. Now, it'll take some time. But she's playing freshman. Then there's a freshman who now is a sophomore. Her father's the pro at over in Michigan, and she played here. She shot 3 under.
Yeah.
Then the junior, who now is a senior, she played in that same thing here. She shot 7 under here.
Okay.
From the threes.
So they can play.
My point is, now if we got a 4, because you win with that 4 and 5. The 1s and 2s on every team's about the same. 3s. But the 4s and 5s, if you get a 4 and a 5 player, that gives you a 72 or 70 that counts. And then the 4 and 5 player for the other team is usually in a 75 to 78. You see where pick up 5 to 8 shots there. So I'm looking forward to that.
What the old coach of the Badger men and women's team is saying, they're probably on the verge of becoming pretty good. Right?
They are. And, they've been out here a little bit. And how much time do we have? I got to tell you.
I don't know. Dave's in charge. 2 minutes.
2 minutes go really fast. We're really excited about a couple of things. We've been we're interested in what happens in golf. We're interested in what happens with MATC, and there might be an opportunity there where those people would be a little bit more involved so we can help with the development of that group.
Sure, yeah.
And we're kind of excited about that.
Mike, I tell you what, either you or me, we're going to have to talk to Izzy and Bobbi and say, you better get it together or you may not get to drive up the road either.
That's right. You better start
Your dad's
winning.
on the short string now.
Better start winning. Well, money is so such an object for them, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be back to close it out here at TPC Wisconsin after this timeout.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh, well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Why drive an ordinary car when for the same monthly payment you could be driving something extraordinary? Aaron Perkins, General Manager, Zimbrick European. Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche. More safety, performance, and luxury, and way more fun. And getting more costs less than you think. Zimbrick European makes leasing affordable. Discover the value for yourself. Stop in and test drive a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche today. Visit Zimbrick European and find out why leasing the car of your dreams makes so much sense.
University Ridge has been the proud host of the American Family Insurance Championship since 2016. We've enjoyed working with the American Family team to create 9 years of magical moments at University Ridge. Open to the public and consistently considered one of the best values in the country, University Ridge is the place for golf in southern Wisconsin. Book your tee time up to 90 days out online at universityridge.com. Play where the Badgers and the pros play, University Ridge.
Oak Park Place Memory Care Communities meet residents where they are in the journey with Alzheimer's and other form of dementia. This is Paul Braun for Oak Park Place. When you need to take that first step and learn more, turn to the experts at Oak Park Place. You'll meet a compassionate team who will help residents find purpose, tailored to individual needs through a success-oriented program. Oak Park Place Senior Living. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more.
Crepes. Do you spend more time searching for your ball than actually playing? Well, listen up. Cleary has the perfect solution for you. The Cleary Golf Getaway is the perfect addition to any commercial or storage building. Picture this. Your custom getaway complete with a fresh-cut putting green and a clubhouse so cozy you'll make it your second home. Hi, I'm Sean Cleary. We all need a little getaway, so why not go for the green with a new Cleary building?
If you're a golfer who likes a challenge, consider being a member at TPC Wisconsin. The course provides you with a very challenging 18-hole layout that makes you think before you hit your next shot. After your round, you can relax at the completely renovated clubhouse. The new facility includes 3 restaurants, tennis courts, driving range, and programs for juniors, plus other great amenities. Are you up for the TPC Wisconsin Challenge? For details on becoming a member, 608-249-1000.
Been one of those nights.
I got to tell you what, the commercial breaks are probably more entertaining. Nothing's off limits.
We get down to this.
Well, we're live on the air Monday night. Stanley Cup
Might
Final
have to
Game
sell an
7.
inside pass to the commercial breaks.
Stanley Cup Final Game 7 is tonight as we talking live to our audience on a Monday night. And let me ask about overall bigger picture in this part of the country right now, Dennis. We talked about it out of the gates with the rain, but not everybody has the drainage that TPC Wisconsin has. So we've had enough. I know the farmers are no good. A lot of people are in flooding situations. We're going to get another round overnight tonight, and a lot of golf courses are paying the price for this. Ones who cannot open, and if we get what we're expected to get, may not open again through the week.
Tough deal.
Yeah, it's tough.
Deal. You know, a lot of people depend on rounds of golf. You know, in the private club, you get the dues anyway. You bill them and they pay, and it works out. So we can get by. But when you're depending on rounds of golf and guest fees, tough deal. And I feel for them because we need them to keep this business going. Because you're developing players, you're on, and pretty soon somebody says, well, you know, I like playing here, but I think I'd like something different. I'd like to take to a place where you see,
so it's a feeder system.
That's right. All this stuff, we got to make sure that city courses happen, the public courses happen. There's places where they hit balls indoors. I love it, you know, where they keep people going.
U.S. Senior Open this week in Rhode Island. Steve Stricker is in the event. Mario is in the event. We're wishing them both the best, and we'll have plenty to talk about when we reconvene here next Monday. And, Paul, you'll probably take a lesson or two from Dennis this week, huh?
Yep, anytime. But he hasn't told me to take 2 weeks off and quit.
2 weeks off and quit. You know.
Thought about playing tennis?
Steve had a different attitude leaving here.
Yeah.
Very serious.
Let's go get it. All right.
Very serious about what's going on. So
we'll be watching.
We'll see what's going on.
For Dave McCann, Mike Heller, Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Braun. That's Talking Golf for this week here at TPC Wisconsin in Madison.
This is 13.